Hey, it's Perry here from Thinglish Lifestyle, and a few months back I asked who would live in a house like this behind me, and it's our farmhouse and we've been renovating for the last couple of months. So if you want to look inside, see what it's like, walk this way. So we have a lot of work going on here. So let's start over here. So the windows. Every window, if you look at the other video, I put a link above this video right now, just if you can see that. And every window was a wooden shutter window. They had no glass in the windows here, so it's a bit better view. So they just had wooden shutters and no glass. So obviously we want glass, we don't like mosquitoes and snakes coming inside. So it's a shame because I really like the wooden shutters, but we couldn't devise a way to actually get some nice windows on the inside and retain the shutters. So the shutters had to go, unfortunately, but when we did that, we found out that the windows wasn't actually square. So our builders had to square up every single window. That's my brother, they did a great job. So they're just almost ready to have glass put in. Over here, we have the 2 bedrooms, and the issue we found here was both doors were a different size, both archways are a different size. So our builders, we don't want that because it just looks odd. So our builders took the one on the right of the picture, enlarged that and made it the same size and put a new frame in. So these are 2 bedrooms. They're both exactly the same size. They're about 8 or 9 feet square. And if you recall, there was no ceiling, and a big gap outside and a big kind of air vent. That's gone. Window coming in. And we've got ceilings in now, just being put in, and electrics are just going in now, just before the ceiling. That'll be finished off later. So we're in a kind of like the finishing stages, or getting a lot closer to the finishing stages now. We left the floor tiles as they were because once you put a bed in there, literally it's about the size of a prison cell. So once you put a bed in there and a few other bits and bobs, a couple of mats and things, you're not going to see the floor. So we saved ourselves a couple of baht there. We don't want to spend too much on this place because it's not our main residence or anything. So another square window, and you see with all the lighting fixtures and power points are going in. None of these rooms are having aircon, which is going to have a fan situated in that corner, so it will blow out the air out of this window here. This has had a flat ceiling put in here, and then a sloping one there. And then we took out a window there. There was 2 windows on that wall, and we blocked that out because we built an outside laboratory, and no one wants to look at a view of an outside lab. So we've done that. Also, you may have noticed the walls are white, except for this one. This is going to be brushed concrete. I was working on it yesterday, so it's going to look quite nice. It's a bit of contrast, and the rest of the walls, hopefully this post will be painted white to match in. We're going to have a new door put put in here as well. So moving on. Here, we've had this wall built from the ceiling, and we've had a ceiling put in. So this was, oh, the cat's just coming on, whatever that was. So hello to the cat. Hello cat, time to eat again, is it? Anytime you want to see me. So this here, we've had a ceiling put in here too. There's going to be a skylight, no, well, there is a skylight outside, just up here. So that's going to be cut out so the light can penetrate this area. It looks really nice. And we've had a deck or a work surface put around here. And this is going to be like a food preparation area as we start producing moringa and chocolate. So this would be sealed off. There's going to be a door. It's going to be a glass wall basically with sliding doors across here, and that'll be completely sealed off so we can prepare food under sanitary conditions. Here is our kitchen. So what we've had here, we've had another deck built in. So here would be the kitchen sink and drainer. I think it's a double sink actually, looking out over into the garden to get a nice view. This window was also not square, but what we've done also, we've reduced it from this side as well, and we've put a door and everything in here. We put this wall, so none of this was here before. So basically this is like a shed, so I can hang my solitary hammer in my shed and pretend to be a real man. So sliding around this way, this is where there'll be a hob for cooking, and then there'll be we're going to have some cupboards built in to the bottom here, so everything's squirreled away, and there'll be an extractor fan just there. All the windows have got to go in yet, and you can see they've put the ceiling in now, and on the outside they've put the vents in as well, so there's airflow going through the top of the house to keep it cool. When I said there's no aircon going in, the only place that's actually having aircon is this room, and it'll be where those cables are coming down now. So we're going to have an aircon in there just to keep that nice and cool. Down the chocolate melting. Here we built a high table. That'll have 4 chairs around it, so we can dine there kind of informally. And then we've cleaned all this up. This deck was already here when we took over this house. Nasty tiles and things like that. So we've cleaned all that up. It's going to be concrete again, kind of industrial kind of thing we've got going on through this house. Just got places to put stuff and slash stuff underneath. My grass cutting's going to start up again, I think. So anyway, back here we've got a deck, and we've had this this is going to be like a little grow bed, raised bed all the way along. So we're hoping to get some chrysanthemum and just grow that all across there, because we like the tea and it's a pretty flower. This wall here, we had it built up a little bit higher, and let's go around the back. What we plan to do on that is actually grow some vanilla. So we're going to try growing some vanilla up this wall, see how it goes. So the back of the house, well actually this is like the front, because the road is kind of there. I say road. We're out in the middle of nowhere. That's the master bedroom there, and they've just been working on this roof. Basically, what I did say in this last video let me go through here. So what we did here, all this section where these windows are and the whole roof area, this was all built up. This was so low. This is just like low. It's like just a wash house at the back of the house. So we've taken this out. It's going to be a deck now for us, and we've heightened the ceilings in the kitchen, you know, like probably twice as high. So that's all steel frame. That was one of the first things we did. Tore everything out, made a steel frame. Now, as we was working through the house, discussing the ceilings in here, this just had a wood frame. If you refer back to the old video, this had a wood frame. It was open. It was just like you could see the roof. Basically, there's no ceiling. So we got to the point here and here where we thought, right, do we keep this wooden frame holding the roof up, or do we change it? And we hummed and hawed, but at the end of the day, we decided to rip it all out, take the roof off, rip all the wood out, and then we put a steel frame in throughout. So everywhere's got a steel frame in now, the whole structure, and basically this is the outside, like the front porch, if you like. This is what it was like inside before. So we was going to put a ceiling on it, but then we thought termites. We did see some, and you know, we just thought, oh, we're doing it, we might as well do it properly. It's not that much more expense, and it's going to last certainly my lifetime out. So that's what we did. So I was quite happy with that, and we saved because we used all the old roof panels, replaced just the broken ones, but we had lots saved from taking this back area out too. So recycled those panels, which those kind of panels. So only the kitchen roof has got a metal roof. You can just see the edge, and it's all going to be gutted as well. Most Thai houses, funnily enough, don't have gutters. They don't take rainwater or move the water away from the house, which I find really bizarre, especially around here when we get so much rain. But anyway, this will all be gutted, and then the rain from here all the way along here, and then we'll take it a pipe across, and there's these two ongs, we call them, like massive vases. So we're going to put the rainwater into these two ongs, and then we can siphon it off and use it around the garden when we need it. Right, here's the most exciting bit, it's the shed. Just have a sturdy lock on there to protect my hammer. So in here at the moment we've got some doors, some new doors. That's wooden doors. Just stuff. So anyway, it's a nice space to lock a few things up, like this cat. Come on, cat. Come on, cat. Come on. Hey. Okay, you staying in there? Okay. See you next week. Not really, of course. Come on. Come on, pretty cat. Oh, we'll leave it open. Right, and we've had this deck built as well. So we've got a nice sturdy deck and a step down to the garden. And when we were working on this, I say we, obviously my builders, just down here, they found another bee nest. Doesn't look very active at the moment. There's one. But anyway, we've got a bee's nest there. So we've, hello putty cat. So we've left that there, and we'll be planting, well, we are planting at the moment, lots of flowers, but we'll be planting more flowers too. Get off the camera. You want to say hello? Hello. Black cat. Are you lucky? So, the grass is being cut again. Excuse the noise. So that kind of wraps up outside, I guess. ship down here. So this is the wall to the wet room, and you can see I'm holding the camera now at my head height and you can't see in, but when you're looking it looks like this. So we can have a shower in here and then look out the garden, but no one can actually see in, and as they climb up. So that's kind of cool. And if I meander around here, we've got a path put around the house. This will be all landscape later. And we've had a outside toilet. Outside toilet. It's got a clear roof, so we'll get pretty hot in here, I guess. But there's ventilation as well, so it just vents out. But that'll be, you know, a few plants in there and some mirrors and things like that going in there. You can make it all look really nice and beautiful. So we've got an outside toilet, so when we're working outside, we don't have to go into the house and dirty the place up. And here, decided to keep this, and we've put in 50 catfish. So there's 50 catfish in here. I keep it for the water mainly, and we can eat the catfish when they grow. But yeah, the water is great. Dirty water. Catfish really dirty the water up, so good water for the gardens and the plants. And as I showed on the last video, there's a little tap around the back, so we just siphon it off and it can go to the mango tree here. Either just let it out, or I can just take it out with a bucket and give it to the plants. It's fantastic. This has been moved. This had the terrapins in the last video. They've moved that. Strong guys. But we'll smash that up and get rid of that when they're finished. But they're just using that for water at the moment. We've got another ong here. So this roof here, that's going to be pushed back up, which is working on it at the moment. Pushed back up and then secured in place. Let's get it right. So that'll be pushed back up, secured in place, so it won't be overhanging like that. There is a little overhang, and then we'll gravel the rest of this up. So it's just the gravel around the back, and then there's concrete around, and then we'll landscape all this, make it look beautiful. Just nice plants and trees and things. Make it look very nice. Maybe a small ong there, a small urn with a water lily in, or it's a lotus, something like that, to make it look attractive. All the grey water we've got running out into the fruit trees. What it will do, it's just kind of running, I can see it now. So that's going to be cool. And then the front of the house, we're kind of leaving as it is for now, because the idea is, because we quite remote here, we just want to leave it low key. So obviously, I know it's on YouTube, but we're not putting the address on. But it's kind of low key. From the outside, it doesn't look like anything. From the inside, from the back, it looks a little bit different. So we're going to leave this here for now. One of the main reasons was because we've got some bees living in this wall. Some stingless Thai honeybees. So you can see, if I just pan in here, you'll see them. Let me just get a little bit closer. You'll see the bees coming and going. So didn't want to break this wall down and take the bees out, because they're really beneficial for the garden. They're not hurting us. They're actually stingless bees. So and this has been here for ages, so I don't know how big this hive is inside here. And looking online at the beehives for stingless bees, it's not like a honeycomb, like a traditional honeybee. These kind of build a spiral, which I've never actually seen, but it's quite fascinating. You see it online. But one day we may take this apart. I'm looking for a bee expert to come in and actually remove it and then we will take this place apart and make it look attractive as well, because the tiles are all it needs is just retiling and tidying up really. But again, there's not enough bees in the world, so we don't want to destroy them and try to hand-fist take these things out and then destroy it and kill all the bees. It's not what we're about. So, but saying that, so I've got a cat rubbing into my groin as I'm squatting down here. But we've got this little bee nest, bee box, and we've got some of the resin from the bees, and they are starting to use that as well. So my hope is, let me just pop around here. So my hope here with this is that the bees will transfer into here, or at least colonize this, and then we can take it away to a different part of the farm. So we've got this one here at the front of the house, one at the back of the house, and which is, you know, planting more flowers and growing more things. So hopefully we can really get this bee population up in these here parts, because bees certainly need it. And without bees, once they go, we go. So we need the pollinators. Life depends on these little creatures. Fascinating. So there we go. Oh, what's this gone in? I'll just take the lid off as well. Gingerly take the top off. Got a sign there in Thai saying do not move. And yeah, it's very dirty, but yeah, there's definitely some the odd bee in there. There's a few starting to do something, taking some material in there or building something up. So that's good, it's a good sign. It's only recently happened, so I'm really pleased about that. But that's the house. That's where we are. So this is Renovation in Thailand. We let me just come inside a little bit so we can cut out some of the noise from the bushwhacker cutting the grass, and I'll flip it around and speak to camera. Okay, so building in Thailand. Now, we built several properties now, and never had a good experience in Thailand. Never. This is the first. This is the exception. Guys here, I don't want to speak too soon, but so far we're probably about 2/3 of the way in, and they've been absolutely outstanding. We've got 4 guys, all Thai, local, and actually we had this metalwork guy and a team. We've had to do quite a few jobs, and they're really good. They know these guys, these builders. These are really good. We've got a really good electrician. We've had several jobs and get him from time to time. He's really good. So now we've got this really great team that we can call on, and we've got pretty much everything covered. So we've had no dramas here. We're not working off any plans whatsoever. I don't think many people know how to read plans. Fortunately, I can. I had dreams of being an architect at one point many years ago, so I studied that for a while. So I can read working drawings. I know what's going on there, but no one kind of works from that here. So what we've developed over the years, working with different people, is to build like a collage up, like a wall or a book with reference points to everything we kind of want and need, and sort of finish and the look, the textures, examples. Build a sort of book up with that, you know, just cut things out, post them in. We do that, and we just kind of speak to the builder. It's hard to say. Speak to the builder, but Kateras, my wife, has to translate everything. But it's fine. You pretty much know, even though I'm not fluent in the language, pretty much know when a builder is trying to trying to pull a fast one or talk a lot of BS, things like that, and even containers. What to look out for nowadays. But when you can just talk to someone and they get the idea, and then you give them a few small jobs. That's the key. Give them a couple of small jobs first, see how they compare, see what the job's like, and then from there give them a little bit larger job. So that's how we've done it. It's a slow process. So if you're coming to Thailand and you want to build something, I would say whoa, 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 steady on. Before you build anything, I would just rent somewhere first. Check out an area you're interested in living in. Live there for 3 months, 6 months, just rent, get to know the people, get to know this, get to know that, and then slowly put it all together. Don't rush into anything here because you've got the rest of your days to moan about it. So don't do that. Just take your time, feel your way through, and just a few small jobs here and there, and you'll be fine. It took us many years to do that, and now we're getting to a place where literally I've had no stress here at all. I've had no shouting or hair screaming or sleepless nights or anything like that with this build. It's been literally, I come here, we tell them what to do every now and again, and they do it. Everyone does it. And because they all kind of know each other as well, I think the quality builders will reference a quality window maker, who will reference a metal worker, who will reference a electrician. We found them all on our own, but they actually we found out they all know each other. So we said, actually, is he all right? And they go, oh man, best one you're going to get around here. So, we're kind of getting our references now and things like that, and we've got to look at their work as well, and the current builds, because they're working all the time. They're all on to get from this job to another, and it's all good. So we can go, when there was on my last job, we went to look at their work, met the owners of the particular property, and looked around and inspected the work basically, and we're very happy with it, and they're nice people too. So that makes a more enjoyable build too. I like to get on with people, and that's fallout or anything like that. Life's too short, so if you can get on with people and get the job done, perfect. What else is to look out for when we're building in Thailand? I don't know. So the reference points for me is, the quality and the expertise and the craftsmanship you get in the UK or Australia or America. You're not necessarily going to get that here from a local team. First of all, because they've got no reference points. They've never been to your country. They don't know the quality. There's no building standards as such. Even the condos in Bangkok, there's very little in the way of standards here and things like that. So, even health and safety, they'll be here and they'll be in the shorts and flip-flops and on a building site. In the past, we've had even some of the teams we've had, they're bringing the wives in, they're cooking here, they've got the kids running around, and all this kind of stuff. It's just complete chaos, and it absolutely winds me up no end. So for these guys to come in like a professional crew, come in, they do like 7 in the morning till 6 at night, every day, 5 to 6 days a week. They'll take holidays off for the Thai holidays, and today's Sunday, so they got Sunday off. So I thought I'd come and shoot a video because it'd be quiet, and then my grass cutter's here, so my father-in-law's cutting the grass. So don't get. I would say always try to find a Thai company to do it. We've had Cambodians in the past. I'm nothing against Cambodians, but again, they can just do the job and disappear, and it's hard to have anybody to really be responsible for what they do. Once they've done it, they've gone, and you're never going to find them again if something's wrong. So if you can find a local team, where they are, you can give them a call, and they want to show a nice showpiece as well to show someone else. Going, hey, I built this for Farang, and they really liked it, and it's kind of different, a bit funky. So something else in their repertoire that they can show their next clients and get more work. So not these guys literally. We have to hold on to them because everybody wants them. We've got at our house where we live, we've got a few things we want changing, and a few things we weren't attending to, and we're trying to squirrel them off as soon as we finish this job to do that before they get onto a new house build, which they've got lined up already. So really hard to get hold of. So I know some people have been messaging me on YouTube saying, we really like it, can you make this video, do an update on your house, because we've got a place in Champon, and sorry, not Champon, Chanterbury, where they're looking for some builders. So I'd actually recommend these people. I don't recommend many people to anybody because it's going to come back on me. But for these guys, yeah, I'd recommend them. Check them out, and then do your own due diligence, of course. Don't come crying back to me. But so that's all good. The other thing I wanted to say was, let me think. Right, so the other thing I wanted to say was about the ongs. We, in Thailand, they very rarely collect rainwater from the roofs, which is very bizarre to me, because even in England, okay, we get a lot of rain in England, but we always have gutters on the roof, generally just to take the water away from the house. We don't really collect it, although we probably should. And so what we're doing here, we've got some ongs dotted around the place, but we wanted some more. Now there's one ong maker who is just across the province, the next province in Chanterbury province, only about 20 kilometres from here. And so he's the only guy for miles around that makes these ongs. And he makes them and he puts them on the back of a flatbed truck, and he'll bring them in and roll them into place. Real art behind the whole thing. He's kind of retired. He's disappeared. He's gone. We called him up, and he's actually living in Chanterbury town, city now, and he's kind of retired and washed his hands of all that kind of thing now. So there's no one actually doing it. We've spoke to absolutely everybody, and everyone refers back to the same guy who's gone. So we can't get any ongs now. So we're going to have some big old plastic horrible thing, or a big stainless steel one there, which are like so crazy expensive compared to a plastic one, or even compared to an ong. But I like the ongs. It's aesthetically very pleasing, and they look nice, and they weather, and they look better when they weather too. So unfortunately we're not going to have any more ongs, but we've got 1, 2, 3 here. So we're going to utilise those to collect rainwater from the roof once we get the gutters on. And yeah, and then we'll probably just have another water tank, like a plastic water tank as well, for to pull off the government water as well. There is government water here as well. So we've got government water, we've got pond water, and we've got rainwater collection, and the various ponds. So that's what we'll be doing there. So again, something not quite gone to plan there. The ong man has disappeared, he's retired. So that's a dying trade, I guess. Don't know anybody in Trat or Chanterbury provinces that are making those anymore. No one does. Whether the next province is Rayong, something like that, someone's making them, I do not know. But it's a real shame to see those go out, because you see them all around the country when you travel around. But it's you know, it's a home business basically, and they don't seem to be made anymore. But if anybody out there knows where I can get some from, as long as they can be put on a flatbed truck and delivered and sighted for us, that'd be great. I don't want the hassle of trying to get them back myself. Too much hassle. But that's a real shame. What else are we doing here? We've got, the other thing I wanted in the house is little things. We wanted a USB adapters in the walls, so we can just plug our phones in, and you know, different things like that. You can't seem to buy them anywhere for love of money. Even electricians said nowhere. So we've gone to Lazada, which is like the Asian Amazon, and we found some there. So a couple of $100, we bought some, and they're going to be just on the wall behind you here in the kitchen, so we can just charge our phones upon this table. So that's kind of cool. So it's a little bit different for this place, and I guess that's about it for now. That's the update for the house. So I hope you enjoyed the little tour. We'll come back again in a week or two's time, and hopefully about a month's time we will have finished. We've got to get the windows in, we've got to get the floor tiles in, finish painting, finish putting these ceilings in properly, just sealing all the holes up, etc. Yeah, then get the electrics finished. The wet room kitted out. We're kind of getting there. Yeah, I think like another month. We're kind of there. So the build so far has probably been about 6 to 8 weeks. So it might have been just as easy to knock the whole place down and start again, but we kind of like, we kind of like the aesthetic from the outside. We've not changed it too much. We've, how do you call it? Rendered all the walls because they were just bare kind of brick walls, so we rendered all of them up. We're going to paint them white, new roof on, but we've recycled most of that. And so from the outside, from the road and from the front, as you come into the house through the drive, doesn't look anything, but this is going to look really, really nice. It's going to be great space, and it's mainly for like producing and cooking and stuff like that. So Qatar is in our house where we got a shipping container house. We have 4 shipping containers, and we've got a 20 by 8 as the kitchen. So big enough for us. There's only 2 of us, but Qatar likes to cook, and she likes to. I do the washing up quite often, so she uses lots of pots and pans. So she needs more space. So here, especially when we start making chocolate and doing different products there, we need more space. So we have all the melangers and coffee grinders and roasters and things like that. So we need a bit more space. We can't do it there in our house. So we're going to do all that here. Growing it here, growing the cacao here. We've got some cacao growing at our place as well, but growing a lot more cacao here. And so we're literally super fresh, organic, tree to bar organic chocolate. That's the idea. And then also we're doing, we've been making moringa teas, moringa capsules, and moringa powder. Again, we can do all that here. We can do everything in a controlled environment and make a real A grade, beyond organic, real food products. So that's what we plan to do here. It's quite exciting. I just pot around the garden and grow stuff, and then Qatar works some magic here and does all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be really cool. So we're really looking forward to that. It's a little way off yet because things take time to grow, but time flies, as you know. So we will be doing that in the very near future. But in the meantime, we'll get this place finished and get some furnishings and things like that, and see how it goes. So anyway, that's the update. Don't waffle on too long. That's the update for the house. If you like this update, you want to see more, if you've got any questions, just ask us down below, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I possibly can in my busy life. And we will do another update in a few weeks' time. And if you like this video, subscribe or not, up to you. Latikun, and appreciate it if you do. Give us a big thumbs up, share the video, and check out our blog. We came second in a best lifestyle blog 2019. So room for improvement there, working on that. And so hopefully next year we can be number 1. But anyway, lots going on. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day wherever you are, and stay safe, and thanks for watching. Sorry, cow.